From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10. Live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Anne Waodo.
Hello and welcome tonight. Tension and heated exchanges mark Senate's final session of screening President Bola Tinubu's ambassadorial nominees. House of Representatives urges federal government to grant tax waivers to airlines in order to reduce airfares during the festive season. Civil society group Situation Room raises concern over the shrinking political space in the country. And U.S. officials commend the successful seizure of an oil tanker off Venezuela's coast.
On business news, crude export leads as Nigeria's total merchandise trade reaches 38.9 trillion naira in the third quarter of this year.
On sports news tonight, head coach Eric Shell unveils Nigeria's final 28-man roster for the 35th African Cup of Nations starting in Morocco in 10 days' time.
And from the nation's capital, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission files a count charge against former Minister Chris Ngige over alleged corruption.
We begin tonight at the Red Chamber, where the Senate has completed the screening of all 67 ambassadorial nominees forwarded to the National Assembly by President Bola Tinubu, wrapping up a week of scrutiny and a heated confrontation on the floor. The first batch of 3 nominees were screened last week, while the remaining 64, comprising 34 career and non-career candidates, were processed in additional batches by the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs. Our National Assembly correspondent Gloria Umezoke reports.
From Senator.
It's an unusually light agenda on the last day of plenary as lawmakers opt to shift focus to committee meetings. Ambassadorial nominees of the president began to arrive at the National Assembly in preparation for their screening. In fives, the notable names including the former INEC chairman, the former sole administrator of Rivers State, former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Abdurrahman Dambazao, appeared before the panel.
My name is Mahmoud Yakubu, former Executive Secretary, Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TED Fund, and former Chairman INEC.
Retired Lieutenant General Abdurrahman Bello Dambazao, a former Chief of Army Staff, and former Minister of Interior. Thank you.
My name is Fatima Florence Ajimobi, wife of late Senator Abiola Ajimobi from Oyo State. I appear before...
Finish. We all know you. Finish.
Thank you.
My name is Professor Isaac Adewale, former President of the African Organization for Research and Training in Cancer, former Vice Chancellor, University of Ibadan, former Minister of Health, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Members of this honorable committee, my name is Chief Femi Fani-Kayode. I was the Minister of Aviation of this country, and I was also the Minister of Culture and Tourism of this country.
After brief introductions, former ministers, lawmakers and ambassadors are equally asked to take a bow. Defending the practice, the Senate's leader immediately provides clarifications.
The people that we asked to take a bow and go were people who had had the privilege of serving as elected members of the National Assembly. And the reason why that is done, not only in Nigeria, but all over the world, is the fact that we do not, our rules will not allow us to waste the precious time of the public and of the media in trying to screen them all over again. We also relied on the report, the security report from the DSS, from the police, and other relevant security agencies.
However, tension broke out at the turn of former presidential spokesman, Mr. Reno Omokri. A motion had been raised for him to take a bow and leave, but a lawmaker insists on making a comment before the motion can be adopted.
If there is a motion on ground, it should be seconded. If it is not seconded, it's dead.
Mr. Chairman, I think I needed to speak on this in the public interest. With particular reference to the nominee, Reno. Because we cannot pretend we have not had stories.
We can't work on stories.
For me.
There is no petition before the
for me.
Any petition?
And so when I talk, those who are not the governors should listen.
Governors come to Senate.
You have to have...
Governors, you struggle to...
Your Excellency, you have to have that large heart.
Become a senator.
You have to have, for me, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has showed a rare quality.
For several minutes, the face-off continued, bringing the screening process to a standstill.
Senator Ndume, are you opposed to Omekri's nomination?
No.
Senator Sherman, are you opposed to the nomination?
Finally, calm was restored. The committee subsequently cleared all 67 nominees ahead of their final confirmation on the Senate floor next week.
Meanwhile, like the House, President Bola Tinubu had earlier transmitted the 2026 to 2028 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper to the Senate for consideration and approval in a correspondence submitted to the upper chamber and read by the Deputy Senate President seeking expedited legislative action. From the National Assembly, Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.
Another Green Chamber, the House of Representatives, is asking the federal government to immediately grant tax waivers to airlines to reduce flight fares this Yuletide and a reduction in auxiliary charges in the aviation industry by 50%. Meanwhile, a bill to amend the CBN Act to provide for single six-term tenure for the CBN governor has scaled second reading in the House. Our National Assembly correspondent Terry Ikumi reports.
As lawmakers convene for the final plenary session of the week, a pressing public issue takes center stage. Local flight fares running into almost $500,000 naira worries Nigerians.
What the airlines operators in Nigeria have done in the past 12 hours is completely uncalled for. And I stand with the content of this very motion that our operators, airline operators, should be called to order.
My own opinion is that we should be very circumspect on this matter. We cannot jump into regulating air cost prices because there are variables that I believe are technical and we need a greater in-depth analysis before we can take such a decision.
If you look at the airfare at the end of your ticket when you book, you will see the diagnosis, or you will see the breakdown how the airfare is charged, and you will see how much money goes to the airline operator.
For the first time in 20 years, this administration, through national reform, has made it possible for international dry leaser to accept to come to Nigeria for the first time. And you know what that means? It means that they are getting aircrafts now 1/3 of what the usual price was.
As the debate continues, lawmakers kick against subsidizing flight fares and propose alternatives instead.
Urge the federal government to reduce the airport and other auxiliary charges by 50% during the festive period only.
The House also resolves to urge the federal government to immediately grant tax waivers to airlines to reduce flight fares this Christmas season. The motion is adopted as amended, and lawmakers move to amend the Central Bank of Nigeria Act.
Separate the role of governor and the board of director chairman to avoid concentration of powers and ensure professional oversight. The second aspect this bill helps to incur is to introduce a single 6 years non-renewable tenure for the governor of the central bank and deputies. The third aspect of this bill intended to provide is to restricting ways and means of advancing, restricting ways and means advances to 10% of the previous year's actual renewal.
The bill, which scales second reading, also seeks to mandate a uniform exchange rate and prohibit use of foreign currencies for local transactions, as well as a 90-day notice before the redesign of the Naira. Terry Ikumi, Channels Television News.
Members of the Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room are cautioning Nigeria politicians against what they describe as effort to reverse the gains of democracy, asking them to remember the struggles and sacrifices made to take Nigeria out of military dictatorship. The civil rights group gave the warning at the ongoing National Stakeholders Forum on Election Security and Integrity. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is also advocating stronger collaboration among stakeholders to make elections in Nigeria more credible. We head to Rivers State now, where the Governor Siminalayi Fubara has restated his own commitment to inclusive development, insisting that his administration is deliberately spreading projects to all parts of Rivers State to ensure equitable growth and restore public confidence in governance. Governor Fubara made this remark today during the commissioning of the 12-kilometer Egbeda-Omerelu Link Road in Emohua and Ikwere local government areas of the state, where he also renewed his call for support for President Bola Tinubu.
The atmosphere in Egbeda-Emoha local government area of Rivers State is charged with excitement as Governor Siminalayi Fubara arrives with government officials to commission the Egbeda-Omerelu Link Road project. Today marks day 2 of the state's 10-day commissioning program, with a spotlight on this strategic road linking communities in Emoha and Ikwere local government areas and significantly easing travel to Owerri in Imo State.
This didn't come to me as a surprise. Riding under the mantra of continuity and consolidation, we are not surprised at what you are doing. We can only ask that God continues to strengthen you and give you more courage to do the things that you do.
Speaking to the excited crowd, Governor Fubara appeals for peace among residents of the state while renewing his call for support for President Bola Tinubu.
We will not develop our place in an atmosphere of disunity. Progress will not come to our people when there is disagreement, fighting. Everyone who loves this state, I will continue to say, please, we need peace for development to come into Rivers State.
He also reaffirms his commitments to inclusive development in Rivers State.
We will make sure that we touch every part of the state. It is our promise today, and we will live up to that promise.
The road is then commissioned.
To the pleasure of humanity, in Jesus' mighty name.
The road is expected to significantly improve the socio-economic well-being of residents as project inauguration and flag-offs continue across Rivers State.
Meanwhile, the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Amawale, has accused Governor Siminalayi Fubara of telling lies and fanning the flames of another political crisis in the state. He said in a press briefing at his residence in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, while responding to the governor's comments yesterday, where he claimed that he was waiting for the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, and the chairman of the Elders Council, Ferdinand Anabrabra, to convene a meeting with the lawmakers. The speaker refuted that claim while clarifying that they had met multiple times.
His Excellency Nyesom Wike means well for Rivers State. He wants peace. He wants the state to move forward. Let me also make it clear and inform Rivers people that within the pendency of the emergency rule, His Excellency Ezewonyi also summoned a meeting of all the members of the Rivers House Assembly. 27 of us were present in that meeting in the official residence of the FCT minister in Abuja. The governor was in that meeting. The governor sat with us. We had a meeting with the governor. All the members present were so shocked hearing the governor saying that no meeting has been called. Let me also inform Rivers people that after the emergency rule, the FCT minister also caused a meeting to take place at the residence of Chief Alabraba in his residence here in GRA Port Harcourt. We also had a meeting of the Elders Council. In that meeting, some members of the Assembly, the principal officers, myself, I was in that meeting, Deputy Speaker was there, the leader was in that meeting. How many meetings have I mentioned? How many meetings does the governor want the FCT minister to call for him to do the needful?
In part two, after the break, the People's Democratic Party has released a statement announcing the death of the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Lawrence Ewura-Japo. Please join us again.
Since Nigeria's independence, we have been building, but beyond roads and bridges, we built aspirations to connect and to unite across geographical divides. Beyond houses, we built strong families and relationships. Beyond offices, we built foundations for forging Africa's formidable economic powerhouse. Beyond schools, we built social, intellectual, and national development. Beyond hospitals, we built healthy and productive communities. Beyond sports facilities, we built the passion of a nation. And today, we are not just a leader in sustainable building solutions and innovation. Together, you and us have built the foundations of yesterday and today. Together, we'll build the next possibilities. Lafarge, beyond buildings.
Eniola, calm down.
Calm down? What if I ruin everything? Auntie Amina is coming. Just pass the beef and dawa cubes. No, Hassan. With Mr. Chef, it's a two-finger crush. Chef of life. I am the chef of life. Chef of life with Mr. Chef.
Eniola, you've got this.
Tanu Mama, Tanu Baba.
Hassan, why do you look so lean?
I am the chef of life.
With Mr. Chef, a simple crush turns meals into culture and moments into memories.
This is a true taste of home
and culture.
Yeah. Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
Chef of life.
With Nivea Dry Deo, you can keep moving forward in life with confidence. Nivea Dry Deo. Derma's 72-hour active protection. With 0% alcohol to prevent irritation. Stay dry and fresh all day long. Skin is so moving forward. Nivea is for skin. Your favorite Nivea Dry Deo, now in a smaller pack size.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to... The only tomato
tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the federal government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness. Eat healthy to live longer. Buy now and enjoy up to 30% discount.
Hey, Dad.
I was just telling everyone about your TV.
That's my dad. He can't just stop telling the whole world about my new LG QNED TV powered by WebOS. The AI features, that's next level.
Make the picture more vibrant.
Hey, Dad.
I was just telling everyone about your TV.
Make the voice clearer. LG, life is good. Hi, LG. Show me some Italian recipes.
Babe, can we please stick to jollof rice? Bye,
I was
Dad.
just telling everyone about your TV.
Do you know that with the WebOS Renew program, you can get the latest upgrade every year for the next 5 years without getting a new TV? Uh-huh. Oh, we are winning!
Dad.
I was just telling everyone about your TV.
LG QNED TV. Tell the world it's out of this world.
All is now set for His Excellency Sir Siminalayi Fubara, GSSRS, Governor of Rivers State, to flag off the construction of bypass to airport and toll gate project at the commissioning of Ikwere Road, Iguruta Airport Road. Venue, Port Harcourt International Airport. Date, Friday, 12 December 2025. Time, 11 a.m. Special guest of honor, Festus Egwarewa Keyamo, CON, SAN, Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development of Nigeria. This is signed by Dr. Benibo Frederick Anabraba, Secretary to the Rivers State Government.
You good?
Just waiting for payday to get back to speed.
You have your salary with First Bank, right? Why wait for payday when you can get cash immediately with First Advance? No paperwork, no wahala.
Wow, was fast.
That's the point.
With First Advance, you don't have to wait for payday to get up to speed. Get up to 75% of your monthly salary instantly. Dial star 894 star 11 hash or use your First mobile app to get started today.
First Bank makes you big. You first. First Bank.
Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, broadcasting live from Lagos. A reminder of our main stories. Tension and heated exchanges marked Senate's final session on screening President Bola Tinubu's ambassadorial nominee. House of Representatives urges federal government to grant tax waivers to airlines in order to reduce airfares during the festive season. Civil society group Situation Room raises concern over the shrinking political space in Nigeria, and U.S. officials commend the successful seizure of an oil tanker off Venezuela's coast. The People's Democratic Party has announced the death of the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Lawrence Erujapo, who reportedly collapsed earlier today. The party, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Inie Mebong, says the news of Senator Erujapo's death has left the National Working Committee and indeed the entire membership of the PDP, especially those in Bayelsa State, in profound grief. The statement adds that while alive, Senator Erujapo was an honest and consistent politician who believed in and practiced politics with principle. However, the Bayelsa state government, as well as the leadership of the PDP in the state, are yet to confirm the death of the deputy governor. Let's head over to the nation's capital now, where Millicent Walker is standing by to bring us more stories on the news at 10.
Many thanks, Anne. We begin in the courtrooms. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has filed an 8-count charge against the former Minister of Labour and Productivity and ex-Anambra State Governor, Dr. Chris Ngige, who will be arraigned tomorrow, December the 12th, 2025, at the FCT High Court in Gwarimpa, Abuja. In the charge dated October 31st and filed by the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Sylvanus Tahir, and 5 other lawyers on behalf of the EFCC, The anti-graft agency alleges that Mr. Chris Ngige used his position as a former minister to confer undue advantage by awarding different contracts to his associates and different companies believed to be owned by him. In count 1 and 2, the former minister between September 2015 and May 2023, while being the supervising minister of the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, used his position to confer an unfair advantage upon Sezimo Nigeria Limited and Zetacom Nigeria Limited, two companies whose MD, CEO and alter ego, Ezebinwa Amarachukwu Charles, is believed to be his associate. He allegedly awarded 7 and 8 different contracts for consultancy, training and supply by the NSITF to the two companies to the tune of 366 million naira and 583 million naira, thereby committing an offence contrary to and punishable under Section 19 of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act 2000. Meanwhile, Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court Abuja has dismissed a no-case submission filed by Mr. Saleh Maman, a former Minister of Power under the administration of late President Muhammadu Buhari. In a ruling, Justice Omotosho held that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, had established a case against him. He held that the evidence tendered was such that the defendant must proffer some explanations or put in a defense to the allegations made against him, especially considering the seriousness of the offences. The judge, however, said that Mammon was still innocent until proven guilty. The EFCC had brought a 12-count amended charge against the ex-minister as sole defendant. Justice Omotosho, however, ordered him to open his defence in line with Section 36 of the 1999 Constitution and adjourned the case to February 23, 2026. To other stories, Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has described as sad and disheartening the recent spate of kidnapping of school children in the country. She was speaking at the end of her 2025 Children's Christmas Brunch for children from different orphanages, which held at the State House Conference Centre, Abuja. The First Lady, who says the federal government is working tirelessly to ensure a safe society, also encouraged Nigerians to reach out to the less privileged.
It's very sad, it's disheartening, but you can see Mr. President has done the needful. They've gone after them. This is the quickest rescue we've ever gotten in abduction in the history of this nation. So you can give Mr. President, cut him some slacks. Nigeria is a big, huge population, over 250 million people, close to the population of US. We are working 7 days a week in here. We want to see every child. We are going to leave this place somehow. You think I don't want a safe society? I do. I do. And you can see all those children, they are ready for you. They said, I want to be a soldier. They are ready for you. And that's the message. They see what is going on. And they too are planning, how do we, arrest this? And I think next year should be a year that Nigerians have to reach out to others. People who are less privileged. And I thought, for my podcast, I'm going to discuss it further. And that's the message for these children. Go and share what you are giving today.
The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has presented a pioneer gas trading license and clearinghouse authorization to JEX Markets Limited. According to the Chief Executive Officer of the agency, Mr. Farouk Ahmed, the new regulatory instrument will promote safe, reliable market trading practices, price discovery and reporting, automated online and real-time market trading for gas resource development, access and growth.
There's something new, and it's the first time in Africa, something that will transform and instigate growth and development in the gas sector, and will be unveiled here, courtesy the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority.
Thank you very much, the representative.
If you call it an energy commodities exchange market, you will be correct. But here is more. This trading platform would connect buyers and sellers in a structured, secured, and efficient digital platform, enhancing transparency and price discovery.
We expect the JEX marketing platform to serve as a catalyst for credible price discovery, ensuring that the pricing reflects prevailing market dynamics It will facilitate transparent gas transactions. It will boost providing real-time market data access to producers, consumers, investors, and regulators. The platform will empower stakeholders with timely information for informed decision-making. Ultimately, it will drive competition by lowering entry barriers for new and emerging players in the sector.
As the regulator of the petroleum midstream and downstream, the license is authorized by these words.
Closely with our sister regulators, including the Securities and Exchange Commission and key financial market institutions, to harmonize market rules, standardize transaction contracts, and ensure that clearing and settlements arrangements meet the highest global standards. We will actively deploy our licensing and regulatory instruments to drive participation in gas trading by producers, transporters, aggregators, and large-scale buyers, ensuring that liquidity is built and that transparent price discovery becomes the foundation of Nigerian domestic gas market.
In this industry, which is why one clearinghouse where you can then get your money. So please, all right. Yes, sir, please.
Power stations will light cities, jobs will grow, foreign exchange will be preserved, and Nigeria's economy will become more resilient. This license is therefore an infrastructure of national importance.
A proud moment it is for the federal government by essentially saying, what's a country that is rich in gas potential and reserves, but battling with restricted access to gas, price opaqueness, and so on?
Through this historic gas trading license, we open a new chapter in the energy history of Nigerian nation, one that will be characterized by transparency, competitiveness, and growth. Together, we will unlock the ultimate promise of gas for our nation.
So tell someone to tell someone that Nigeria is the first in Africa to go global with a clearinghouse and settlement platform for gas trading that will boost real-time data access and price discovery from a gas-producing country to a gas trading hub. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
Still ahead on the news at 10, crude oil exports lead as Nigeria's total merchandise trade reaches 38.9 trillion naira in Q3 of this year. Business News. Please join us again.
That cigarette, you're not just smoking, you're releasing something into everyone's air. That smoke, it doesn't ask for permission. It creeps into tiny lungs. It wraps around the breath of a child. It slips into the chest of a mother. It stays long after you've walked away. Secondhand smoke, it doesn't make noise. It doesn't scream. It kills quietly. And children, they should never be near cigarettes. Don't send them to buy cigarettes. Don't sell to them. Don't let them smoke. It's illegal. It destroys their future. It's against the law. Responsible smokers don't smoke in public. Protect others. Stop smoking in public. This social service message is brought to you by FCCPC.
Bro, na transfer. Na money point of that. Yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point made for your progress.
rising. Play your way, the chance is near. With competitive odds, the win is clear. What he bet smart when they feel alive. Lightning payouts, non-stop vibes. Your journey to greatness, it's here, it's begun. What he bet! Oh, come, all you dreamers, bold vision in hand. From Lagos to London, across every land. With people and purpose, with capital bright. We're building tomorrow with values and might. Glory to the group we raise, FCMB, our hearts we praise. Connecting worlds near and far, shining like a guiding star. People, markets, bold and true, all unite in what we do.
Season's greetings from FCMB Group.
Since Nigeria's independence, we have been building. But beyond roads and bridges, we built aspirations to connect and to unite across geographical divides. Beyond houses, we built strong families and relationships. Beyond offices, we built foundations for forging Africa's formidable economic powerhouse. Beyond schools, we built social, intellectual, and national development. Beyond hospitals, we built healthy and productive communities. Beyond sports facilities, we built the passion of a nation. And today, we are not just a leader in sustainable building solutions and innovation. Together, you and us have built the foundations of yesterday and today. Together, we'll build the next possibilities. Lafarge, beyond buildings.
At 10, coming to you live from our Abuja studios. And in case you missed it, United Nigeria Airline has commenced commercial flight operations to the Agro-Allied International Cargo Airport at Ekiti, Ekiti State, from Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport, Abuja. Speaking during the launch of the flight operation in Abuja, the chairman of United Nigeria Airline, Mr. Obiora Okonkwo, expressed delight over the accomplishment of the milestone, while stating that this will contribute meaningfully to the economic progress of the state. Our correspondent Kumbi Abonuwade has more.
United Nigeria Airline once again records another historic milestone as it launches its inaugural flight from the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport, Abuja, to the Agro-Allied International Cargo Airport in Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State. This feat is being celebrated across all sectors as a delegation from the National Assembly, led by the Senate leader, Mr. Kweyemi Bamidele, former governors of Ekiti State, as well as heads of aviation agencies, joined the chairman of United Nigeria Airline to commemorate the day.
We are thankful to God who made all this possible. When United Nigeria were set up for this purpose, uniting people. So we are grateful to Ekiti people for trusting us and giving us opportunity to bring the word to them and take them to the outside world. And then with time, we're talking about going from Ekiti to other places like Port Harcourt. There's a high demand for that. We're here. We just want to go where people want us to go.
The Senate leader, as well as the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, who is representing the minister, Mr. Festus Keyamo, speak on the benefits of the commercial air operations to the progress of the state.
You cannot talk of meaningful development without aviation.
And for us, this is going to open up Ekiti.
Honestly, today is another milestone. And I want to assure Nigerians that more will be coming.
They thereafter proceed to the check-in counter to get their boarding pass. Before proceeding into the aircraft, some former governors of Ekiti State applauded the partnership forged by the airline and the state government.
We must commend Professor Obiora for taking a leap of faith and coming on board to do this in our state. We're delighted and happy that our governor has brought it to this commercial stage. Thank you.
It's time for boarding, and the passengers proceeding to the ARJ 145 with registration number 5NBWY. With all 46 passengers settled in, the aircraft makes its inaugural takeoff to Ekiti State with an estimated travel time of 40 minutes. Minutes after, the aircraft arrives Ekiti State and Governor Biodun Yebanji leads a delegation to receive the passengers. After which, a welcome ceremony is organized to celebrate the landmark moment.
I know some people might be complaining about the cost of the ticket. My first advice is that buy your ticket very early. We are taxed about 18 positions, 18 taxes on one single ticket. So any ticket you buy, maybe 70% of them goes to other government agencies. If the National Assembly will help us reduce these things, which are legislative in nature, we will be able to reduce also the cost of ticket so that it should be affordable to all and sundry.
This significant milestone marks a fresh chapter for air travel in Ekiti State, as it not only serves as an expansion of domestic air connectivity across Nigeria, but will avail a more convenient travel option for residents, among others. Kumbi Aboluade, Channels Television News.
From aviation to health, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohamed Pate, says that despite Nigeria's record-breaking rate of in-country immunization against various diseases in the past 2 years, countries in the West African sub-region will need to beat the challenge for progress to be sustainable. He stated this at the meeting of the board of the Reaching Every Child in Humanitarian Settings project in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates. Professor Pate, who also serves as the board vice chairman, stated that a coordinated approach undertaken by West African states is the best path forward for the children who need life-saving treatment.
Our experience in Nigeria illustrates, in fact, what is possible. Following the good evidence from those and the success of the Simon 1 trial, we are scaling up intervention for children 1 to 59 months through Simon 2. And I am very pleased that at least 12 million children have been reached with azithromycin across 9 states of Adamawa, Bauchi, Kaduna, Jigawa, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, and Gombe, and Sokoto states. That's just a start. There's a lot more that we can do and will continue to do. And our approach is firmly rooted in good data, sound science, and evidence-based policy. We are carefully also monitoring drug resistance, safety, and our impact through various mechanisms. The National Antimicrobial Resistance and Genomic Surveillance Systems. I want to thank Professor Obaro for his impatience and really pushing us very hard to ensure that we keep track of that. And with our National Institute for Medical Research that has been playing a key part in this effort, and various partners. This collective effort will ensure that the interventions that we deliver remain safe, effective, and aligned with our action plan on antimicrobial resistance and our genomic surveillance strategy.
And that's it from the nation's capital. It's now back to Anne for more on the news at 10. Anne?
Thank you very much, Millicent. Investing in innovation, Africa 13 has held its third flagship access to markets in Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria. The two-day gathering, designed to connect Africa's most promising health tech companies, witnessed Nigeria's national malaria elimination program, the presidential initiative for unlocking the healthcare value chain under the Federal Ministry of Health, and Promotional to combat malaria.
Innovators in the healthcare sector in Africa have been busy. The 2025 Access to Markets, a platform created by Investing in Innovation Africa, has brought more than 20 of them from 26 African countries, as well as healthcare organizations, local and international, as well as industry leaders together.
The innovators in this room today are seeing or touching over 300,000 lives. And this will increase to over 800,000 in the next 3 years.
The demanding path of impact and entrepreneurship. I don't need to tell you, I'm not
a partner in the innovation journey is the Gates Foundation, with plans to achieve an all-African market.
You have committed to move forward with purpose, with grit and resilience. Now, I believe that what you need is the power of our partnerships and how we can support you.
Also in partnership is the federal government of Nigeria.
Procurement in Nigeria and in many African countries is very fragmented. So how do you pull everything together, make sure that the prices are right, also the quality is assured, because now you have a platform that you can quickly check all of this.
The government is rolling out an innovative co-payment strategy that aims to unlock our healthcare value chain. This strategy seeks to ensure that essential malaria health products, such as the ACTs, the MRDTs, the ITNs, are not only accessible and available, but also affordable and quality assured.
Innovators here say their work is practical and tested by users daily.
So you can now ask a question, how do I use this product that I just verified, and get a response in English. And next quarter, we're launching a feature that would allow you to take a picture of your medicine and ask in Hausa, how do I take this? What are the side effects, Igbo or Yoruba, and get a response in audio as well.
And then one of the success stories of the 2025 event is a memorandum of understanding between the National Malaria Elimination Program, represented by the Director and National Coordinator. And they're working hand in hand with Promotional.
Let's now join Dominic Iwewu to take us through more stories from the world of business.
Thank you. And on business news, Nigeria's total merchandise trade rose to 38.9 trillion naira in the third quarter of 2025, reflecting steady momentum in the country's external sector. According to the latest foreign trade in goods statistics report by the National Bureau of Statistics, the figures represent a 2.36% jump when compared to the 38.04 trillion naira numbers recorded in the second quarter of this year. Key highlights of the report shows that crude oil remains Nigeria's dominant export commodity, with a value of 12.81 trillion naira, representing 56.14% of total exports for Q3, while non-crude oil exports accounted for 43.86%, or 10.01 trillion naira of total exports. At the same time, agricultural produce exports dropped by 37.39%, quarter-on-quarter to 786.62 billion naira. Raw material exports rose by 26.83% to 1.04 trillion naira, while solid mineral exports rose by 30.41% to 100.81 billion naira. Meanwhile, India remains Nigeria's largest destination for exported goods, followed closely by Spain, France, and the Netherlands and Italy. For 65 years, Golden Penny has been a constant companion on Nigerian dining tables, from family breakfasts to festive celebrations, from local delicacies to everyday meals. And today, that legacy is not just being remembered, it's being rewarded.
It's a lot of items to
One. And this
Since the Golden Penny 65th anniversary buy and win promotion kicked off on September the 22nd, Nigerians have been winning and winning big. With 4 billion naira worth of prizes up for grabs, over 8,000 winners have already emerged, and there are still 2 exciting weeks to go.
The blending is for our next 32 winners, as they'll be getting brand new blending.
It's the 8th week of the raffle draw, and there is still a lot of anticipation as the regulators are on standby to ensure every winner gets their prize.
I must confess the 65th win and play promo by Golden Penny had been free and fair. I think this is the 8th week, and we have always been in attendance to ensure that those who won are actually contacted. I personally can say it is a free and fair process, and I commend the organizers of this program.
I think that one of the biggest things you can ever be gifted will be a brand new car. And on that note, let us give out the biggest item of the show today.
From washing machines to gas cookers to full kitchen makeovers to Golden Penny products and cash rewards and even cars. There's so much more as every Tuesday delivers smiles and celebration.
I'm very, very happy. You'll not be happy, okay? A brand new car.
We're celebrating 65 years in Nigeria. We're giving Nigerians 4 billion reasons to smile. And we are literally a food brand, and we are all about, everything that we have food items that people can use on a daily basis in their houses. And also we want to find a way to equally, give people things that are very functional in their homes and makes their lives easier. Everything we're giving, everything we've given out so far, even the Golden Penny products, is to basically ease our consumer and reward them for their loyalty, and also, just provide, things that, make life easier for them, give them reasons to smile.
The promo is open to everyone, especially lovers of Golden Penny products. There are more prizes to be won and more smiles and celebrations to be had. The Golden Penny 65th anniversary promo promises to give Nigerians an unforgettable festive season.
And from there, we head to the stock markets, where the NGX All-Share Index makes a significant rebound at the close of today's trading session. Willie Bonk has the details.
Welcome to the stock market report. It's day 4 at the NGX, and the market saw a rebound, climbing higher today by 0.74%, 147,950 points. That's where we are for the all-share index. And we saw a massive jump and a lot of price action in stocks, a lot of money flow by investors, taking the market value to 94 trillion naira. Investors are really taking a shine to MTN Nigeria. The stock share price rose by 23 naira 20 kobo today to close at 495 naira 70 kobo. Now, consumer goods also boosted today's positive performance. We see stocks like Nigerian breweries, Dangote Sugar, putting those stock higher for consumer goods. Now, banking is down again, still under fire. We see continued sell-offs in Access Holdings. Profit taking has also set in Zenith Bank and First Holdco. And oil and gas in the red as well. Yeah, you must have guessed right, O&O. Well, those are the highlights for today. We hope the market sustains this positive momentum. Will Ibang signing out.
Now let's find out how major global stock markets ended Thursday's trading session. And that's it on Business News. Back to Anne for the rest of the news at 10.
Thank you, Dominic. Let's shout in Simon Puser for more international news and around the world in 5.
Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. U.S. forces have seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela, President Donald Trump has said, marking a sharp escalation in Washington's pressure campaign against Nicolas Maduro's government. Releasing a video of the seizure, Attorney General Pam Bondi described the vessel as a crude oil tanker used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. Caracas swiftly denounced the action, calling it an act of international piracy. The Trump administration accuses Venezuela of funneling narcotics into the U.S. and has intensified its effort to isolate President Maduro in recent months. Meanwhile, Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, who has been in hiding for months, says she knows exactly the risks she's taking by travelling to Norway to collect her Nobel Peace Prize. In an emotional moment, Machado waved to cheering supporters who had gathered outside the Norwegian capital's Grand Hotel. Machado appeared in Oslo in the middle of the night, waving from the balcony of a hotel. It was the first time she has been seen in public since January. The 58-year-old made the covert journey despite a travel ban and a threat from the Venezuelan government that she would be labelled as a fugitive.
We have no doubt
the government of Bulgarian Prime Minister Rosen Zelyaskov has resigned after protesters took to the streets in cities across the country and filled the centre of the capital, Sofia. Zelyaskov's dramatic move came ahead of a vote of no confidence in Parliament and 20 days before Bulgaria joins the euro. Protesters had accused his minority centre-right government, in power since January, of widespread corruption. The government had already scrapped a controversial budget plan for next year in response to demonstrations last week. Pakistan's former spy chief has been sentenced to 14 years in prison by a military court on charges including a violation of state secrets and interfering in politics. Faiz Hamid led Pakistan's Inter-Services Intelligence Agency from 2019 to 2021, during the tenure of now-jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan. He was known to be a staunch supporter of Khan and took early retirement shortly after Khan was ousted in a no-confidence vote in 2022. It is the first time that an ISI chief in Pakistan has been court-martialed. His lawyer said he plans to appeal against the verdict. Dozens of flights and trains have been cancelled, schools closed, and hospital operations postponed in cities across Portugal as the two main union federations stage a general strike over unprecedented labour reforms. Public transport was down to a minimum service in many areas, and unions said refuse collections were at a standstill as the strike took hold. The last time the CGTP and generally less militant UGT joined forces was during the Eurozone debt crisis in 2013. Prosecutors have released body cam footage showing the initial interaction between Luigi Mangione and police officers. The footage shows Mangione inside a McDonald's restaurant in Pennsylvania, where officers approached him and asked for his name.
What's your name? Mark. What is it? Mark?
Mangione was arrested at the McDonald's on the 9th of December 2024, ending a 5-day manhunt following the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York. Mangione has pleaded not guilty to both state and federal murder charges. President Donald Trump has launched a scheme offering fast-tracked U.S. visas to wealthy foreigners who can pay at least $1 million. The Trump Gold Card, which was first announced earlier this year, is a U.S. visa awarded to those who can demonstrate they will provide a substantial benefit to the country, according to the scheme's official website. It comes as Washington intensifies its immigration crackdown, including raising work visa fees and deporting undocumented migrants. And the Australian Transport Safety Bureau has released footage of the moment a skydiver's parachute wrapped around a plane wing in far north Queensland. Video shows the handle from the skydiver's reserve parachute snagging on the plane's wing flap and accidentally deploying, leaving them hanging from the stabilizer by the parachute. The skydiver eventually cut himself free before deploying his backup parachute, surviving the incident with only minor injuries. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel studios in Lagos.
Thank you, Simon. Welcome to Sports News. Bayelsa Queens thrash host the Nigeria Raptors 5-0 in Match Day 3 of the Nigeria Women Football Premiership clash in Abuja earlier today. Ketsena Ojiove and Kindness Ifeanyi gave the visitors 2-0 lead in the first half. Alaba Olabiyi and Delight Isaac added 2 more goals in the second half to pick maximum points. Then Rivers United continued their impressive form in the Nigeria Premier Football League earlier today, moving joint top off the table after battling from a goal down to claim a 2-1 victory over Plateau United in Jos. And that's sports. It's back to you, Anne.
Thank you, Chris. And the main news again. The People's Democratic Party has announced the death of the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Lawrence Erujakbo, who reportedly collapsed earlier today. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Nwawadu. Good night.
This is Entertainment News on Channels Television. Hello and welcome. My name is Abidemi Dairo, and today on the program, what is going on between Netflix, Paramount and Warner Bros? Find out here. Our Dirty December camp zooms in on dance party by actress turned DJ Miss DSF as she and her friends hosted the Light Up concert in Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. Plus, we shine our spotlight on rising singer Short Faye. We have details and many more on the program today, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back. The big news in many quarters across the showbiz space is the Hollywood drama that sounds so much like a Nollywood movie around the acquisition of Warner Bros. By Netflix. 1 minute it was done and dusted, and the next, no, it wasn't done and might be going to another interested company.